So this is my testimony. Um, I was held hostage by businessmen doing a racketeer, influence, corrupt, organized crime act, getting a business license from Martinez, California, Martinez City Hall for the business Contra Costa County Sheriff Department, and getting a and business license from Sacramento, California, Secretary of State office for the business license for the business of Contra Costa County Sheriff Office, and then using this business, impersonating a law enforcement, but actually doing the duties at other times for the law enforcement department of the Rico Act. And Sheriff David Livingston of the Contra Costa County Sheriff Office kidnapped me and held me hostage as a sex slave, demanding 50 albums in order for me to eat and to not be killed. Or he was raping me, he was torturing me, he was poisoning my food with heroin, um, he was stabbing me, putting me on IV morphine drips. He was giving me diseases. He was isolating me, starving me, tobacco on me, alcohol on me, liquor in me, sedating me. It was an extreme hostage takeover where my actual parents and siblings would be killed if I hadn't done what this impersonating sheriff was telling me to do. And he had helped me so that I could do things that would be considered to be a crime, and that can justify him holding me for the time duration that it took for him to launder um, or to uh, embezzle the United States Army pension that was supposed to be issued for me. My dad, Lawrence Theophilus Striplin, the United States Army veteran Lawrence Theophilus Striplin, received an Army pension, and as his child, I received a United States Army pension just for him being in the United States Army. But I never received it because Sheriff David O. Livingston kidnapped me from Carquinez Middle School in Crockett, California, back in 1991, 1992, 1993, and he held me hostage for that time. All right, and then so um, after that, I ended up
Hey guys, we'll be closing in 5 minutes, okay?
all right. Yep. So I ended up um, having to tell the law enforcement and reconstruct those 50 albums, but he had wanted me. The Sheriff Livingston had tortured me to send me to David Johnson, his FBI contact, who was going to continue on with their premeditated murder plot to kill me so that Germany can have paraplegics using my ID, and then they could print out the money from the U.S. Army pension that was supposed to be issued to me. And the Sheriff David Livingston was holding me just until my passport was issued, and then he was going to try to kill me with this contract killer BB Jennifer. So I ended up going to the FBI and telling them that Sheriff David Livingston was planning on suing the President of the United States, the California Attorney General, the FBI himself, the Contra Costa County Sheriff Office, and then my parents, my mom, um, um, my parents. I had Helen Grace Striplin McLeod Smith and Shantell Renee Pervoe Lonnie Stokes Jean Pierre, and he wanted me to pay this ransom, saying that I was a cyber bot, cyber machine from cyberspace, a sovereignty called Robot Planet, traveling the cyber internet from one registered address on the internet to another registered address on the internet, and my sovereignty was being occupied illegally by the United States of America. and I have cameras in my eyes and a voice recorder, and I would like to press charges. Um, if I can't get the service provider in the United States, then I'm forced to go to where service providers are provided, and that is Asia. And so I'm either on my way to Samsung in China or Sony in Japan. And that was his little scam. So I ended up having to do exactly that because of the torture. And I ended up going to his contact, the FBI, David Johnson, the San Francisco, California field office, and letting him know that first before I paid the ransom. I later on found out that Sheriff David Livingston was with uh, Donald Trump, and Donald Trump had his paraplegics living as us in Osaka, Japan, and he wanted to kill everybody by saying that we were robots stealing our own ID from his paraplegics that are the real us, and we should be put to death. And that's what the court records show. The court records show that he was also running at the same time a U.S. Army Arctic training program to make it appear as though we were training to go to war zones and then eventually into Japan to live our life. And then in this process, we had to give a demand letter to separate us from our families, but our families will be safe and not killed, just during the tour. And then he took that demand letter, a fake letter that he created, and he actually killed everybody in our house and started living in our house at 951 Arrowhead Falls Court, Las Vegas, Nevada 89148, and selling it. And he tried to continue on as if this was a real life thing and not just a demand letter that he had created. And now he's hired John Cena to maintain that demand letter. Nobody in our family killed our own dad, Lawrence Theopolis Striplin. He was killed by Donald John Trump. And we would like to press charges on Chuck Norris, Donald Trump, Javon Smith, Thomas Gibson, Forrest Whitaker, for Ice-T, the 19th Precinct Police Department, New York, DC Mayor Mario Bowser, Todd Smith, Michelle Obama, Malia Obama, Shad Moss, for trying to make us look like terrorists by maiming Shantell and ordering bombs, saying that if Aaren didn't order the bombs, that fake bombs, that there's no bombs on the way, just so they could try to hire people to kill me, or I would be killed like they were torturing Shantell with this fake demand letter that they created. And then they just hired all of these people to kill me so they can get away with the home invasion. And so it is July 22nd, 2024 at 9 o'clock p.m. and we caught them on a courtroom transcript. I would like to refer to the court transcript, please.